Welcome back to the channel, viewers. My name is Rodders and this is On the Bridle. Today we are going to be talking about Lossiemouth. Some people love her, some people hate her, and some people are quite indifferent. In this video I'm going to be giving you a background on Lossiemouth's racing career and some of her races, and then at the end I'm going to give you my own personal opinion on her. Lossiemouth has a very interesting pedigree, being a full sister to the very smart flat horse Lord Glitters by a very unfashionable stallion. In fact, it's on record as saying the breeders don't want to go back to that stallion again because no one recognises him. This is her first win coming to Willie Mullins' stable after winning in France. She was actually unsold for €14,000 before that maiden win. She goes through this race fairly well. I mean, it is her first race for Willie Mullins. She jumps to second last, she starts to accelerate, and there's just a moment here where you think, is she or is she not? But she goes to the last, pings it really well, and accelerates away from the second. This was a very, very good debut, and this was a sign of much more to come. If Paul Townend could ever buy a race back, he'd buy this one back. She gets trapped in on the inside here. She's got nowhere to go. She's been shuffled back. And now he's in real bother. We pick them up as they come into the home straight. Marceau is in front. Lossiemouth has used up an awful lot of petrol to get where she was in this race. As you see, now Paul Townend is squeezing her along. He's nudging her along. He wants more from her. But she's not got an awful lot to give. Marceau gets first run on her. She jumps the last well, to her credit, Lossiemouth, but she's never going to catch a Marceau. Not over this track, not over this trip, not with first run.
Lossiemouth in the Donoghue Marquis Spring Juvenile Hurdle. It's a reversal.
We pick them up at the top of the hill in the Triumph Hurdle here. You can see Lossiemouth swinging away with Paul Townend underneath her. And under normal circumstances, if you see a horse pull like this at the top of the hill at Cheltenham, you might as well just light your betting slip on fire. But she must have a very, very unique engine, because she pulls him right to the front. She gets in a little bit close to that one, but she's still swinging on the bridle, pulling Paul Townend's arms off. She comes over to this rail, which you should always do on the new course at Cheltenham. It gives you a massive advantage. And then from here on in, you're just, if you've backed her, hoping the petrol gauge doesn't run to empty. But all the way through this straight, you can see that Townend is just saving, just waiting until the second is coming to her. And then he presses the button and she starts to accelerate again. Pops this really nicely, starts to get away from the second. And Marceau does actually start to run on here, but the bird's already flown, and Marceau is going to get absolutely nowhere near Lossiemouth. It was a 1, 2, 3, and 4 in this Triumph Hurdle for Willie Mullins, which was a fantastic achievement.
Richie colours. Marceau was in second place. In third then is centre. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Willie Mullins.
I remember this race quite well. I had a big bet on Lossiemouth to win this race, and Paul Townend went out from the front. He set out his own stand, and against two of her inferior stablemates, this race was never in doubt.
And dropping right out of contention is Tell Me Something Girl, who made the bulk of the running, but into the straight with just over 2 furlongs to go and 1 flight left to jump. It is Lossiemouth and Paul Townend stretching away from Ashroe Diamond and Marceau, who are both making little impressions to bridge the gap on the long odds on favourite and their stable companion. Lossiemouth to the final flight in the Coolmore National Hussars Bolshoi Ballet ABF Mares Champion Hurdle. Lossiemouth by 6 lengths over the last from Marceau, who's booked for second, Ashroe Diamond in third, and on the run in, title or no, what an ambassador he is Paul Townend.
This was her second Cheltenham Festival win. The Mares Hurdle, as you can see, in third place, she's cruising in behind. This race wasn't the best race you've ever seen. In fact, it was probably one of the worst. And some people are advocating for the Mares Hurdle to be axed, so these types of mares take on the geldings in the Champion Hurdle. She took that quite well, powers up the hill, and this race was done from there on in.
Day trebles for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. Lossiemouth leads home. Tell me something, girl.
This was the Christmas hurdle and Lossiemouth's foray into elite hurdling. And she failed. She failed because she came up against a superior animal. People say that she wasn't ready. I don't buy that. She won Hatton's Grace doing absolute handstands. People say that she was off form. I don't buy that at all either. She had every advantage over Constitution Hill here, and rightfully she should have won. But she's not as good as Constitution Hill.
Hill, he's back, and he's the first ever 3 times winner of a Ladbrokes Christmas hurdle.
Her third win at the Cheltenham Festival, but really this was a one-horse race before they even jumped off. She was far superior to anything in this race. As said before, many people don't like the mare's hurdle, and I suspect if Cheltenham keep it in, there are going to be many people's heads that do explode. But that's a subject for another day. She takes it up, rounding this bend. She's just behind the leader here, and there's never going to be any other result. Pedigree nowhere near as good as Lossiemouth, and Paul Townend could have had a leisurely walk along the seaside, got back on Lossiemouth and still won this race.
Joya's trying to run on, but Lossiemouth has breezed straight past her stablemate here. It looks a mismatch as she comes down towards the last. Lossiemouth over clear and striding away. She's gone 5 lengths up, make it 6 or 7 if you want to. It's Lossiemouth. It's not a champion hurdle, but it's another great win, a dominant win. Lossiemouth retains her mare's crown.
And going to Lossiemouth's most recent run in the Aintree hurdle, I am probably going to get chased with pitchforks for this one, because I'm going to say that Constitution Hill would have won this race. Lossiemouth is a very, very good mare. She's rated 160 and 167 were the mare's allowance. But you can't deny that if Constitution Hill had stayed on his feet, he has a rating of 175. The ratings between them are night and day. The horse that she beats, Woodoo, on the inside here, in the blue with the red dots and the green cap, is rated 152. Now, mares finished in the first 4 in this race, so the mare's allowance doesn't matter as soon as Constitution Hill falls. Now, that means there is an £8 difference between Woodoo and Lossiemouth, and Lossiemouth does not use that £8 that she had in hand, and she was ridden out quite firmly to put Woodoo to bed. Now, there could be 2 reasons for this. Either Woodoo is run an absolute screamer, or Lossiemouth is not a 160 mare. And I think her rating has been slightly inflated. And I'm probably going to get murdered for this in the comment section, but that's my true opinion.
He's gone. Constitution Hill has fallen again when under a little bit of pressure. He's up on his feet all right. Nico de Boyville on the ground, and so Lossiemouth and Wahoo fighting it out towards the final flight. Lossiemouth and Wahoo, nothing between them, followed by Break My Soul and Take No Chances. Lossiemouth on the near side. Wahoo is giving her a race, but Lossiemouth goes a half length up, a length up now, and up towards the line. It's Lossiemouth who comes clear to win the William Hill Aintree hurdle. Wahoo.
All in all, Lossiemouth is a hard horse to weigh up. She is about the best mare in training right now, and she has been for about 2 seasons. But she's not quite at the top level required to win a champion hurdle. So she's really in no man's land. It's a peculiar place to be. Sure, Willie Mullins will have some sort of a plan for her this season, but will she go to the champion hurdle? Will she go to the mare's hurdle? I personally think they will go to the mare's hurdle. Willie Mullins has said on record that it is down to him to get his owners the very best out of their horses and to get a win at the Cheltenham Festival. And unfortunately, Lossiemouth is going to fall into that category of mare's hurdle horse again for the 25-26 season.